So for this project, this is the public lecture review. I chose Dr. Hughes' lecture on cube-shaped poo. It was November 11th last year. So to begin this lecture, what he did was he talked about his previous study on peeing, the peeing of animals. He said this interest was sparked when he first saw a large animal peeing, and his family pointed it out to him, and he was like, "Wow, I wonder what or why this animal can pee so fast compared to animals and compared to other small animals." And so from there, he used his research skills and his mathematical skills and his graduate students, and he began researching this. And so what he found is that the larger the keg, or the larger or the taller the space where you hold the pee is, the faster it releases. So that explains why animals like horses or cows, or even certain small animals, can pee faster than humans. And from this, he got a lot of public attention, mostly from the money that he wasted on this study. I believe there's a graphic that said, or that showed, like, the most wasteful studies, and he made up for 15% of, like, all the money of those top maybe 15 or 20 researches. But from there, politicians decided that they weren't going to waste any more money on looking at or give him any more attention for his wasteful studies for pee. So he decided, okay, well, I'm going to start talking about poop. And from there, he partnered with an Australian university, and he began to discuss, like, he began to research wombat poop. And wombat poop is cube shaped, which is very odd. It's the only animal that's like that. Um, and so from there, he was studying why their poop is shaped the way it is. And so he ended up learning that early in a wombat's lifetime, um, their anus is more lubricated, so it comes out as a regular shape, just like another animal. But the longer it lives, the less lubricated it is, and the closer it is to the end of its lifetime, the more square the poop is. And that was like the bulk of his lecture. So, what did I learn that I didn't already know? To be honest, I didn't know anything from this lecture. That's why I was so intrigued. I've never heard anything like cube shaped poop. I didn't know why certain animals pee faster than others. I learned a lot from this, but I think the main takeaway I learned was that the taller the keg, basically, the faster animals pee, and that was a very interesting fact. What did I learn that I already knew? I really didn't know anything from this lecture. This was out of my zone altogether. But this this research really did spark my curiosity. Especially when he said that it's cubes don't naturally occur in the world. That was something I didn't really think about. But when I got to thinking about it, I was like, wow, I wonder why um, cubes, or like sharp objects in that order, aren't normal in life. So that's something that really sparked my curiosity. To be honest, this study doesn't relate to my major nearly at all. I'm a civil engineering major, and I guess if you really wanted to reach, you could say that it relates with, like, civil engineering is close to geotechnical, which relates to soil. And so maybe this wombat poop in a cube shape could help, like, create a more dense soil, a more effective soil in some way, but nothing that I could really give a solid answer about. And I did follow up on this topic after the lecture. I did a short little Google search and just realized that there were so many articles that talked about him and the Australian University studies on wombat poo, and a lot of science magazines, BBC, and a lot of different news networks decided to cover this because it was just such an odd, fun fact. So, yeah, and that's my video.